Bromley is one of the safest boroughs in London. Crime levels have been falling in recent years, and people aged over 65 are less likely than the rest of the population to be the victims of violent crime, burglary, or theft. Yet fear of crime, especially for older people like us, can sometimes seem out of proportion to the actual risk, preventing us from living our lives and leading many of us to feel isolated in our own homes. We all want to be able to go out and about as we please, and to feel safe in our homes, without being worried about opportunists, con artists, and antisocial behaviour. In this film, older people, like myself, will show us some of the practical steps we can take to reduce the risk of becoming the victims of crime. If we follow their advice, together with the top tips from the experts, people like the police and other public services, we will feel a lot safer. These are some of the simple things we can do when going out to help keep ourselves, our belongings and homes safe. Most burglars are opportunists, and they look for unlocked doors or open windows to gain entry. Those of us who have a mobile phone can include in our list of contacts details of whom we would like to be contacted in case of an emergency, saved as ICE. It is a good idea not to put everything in one bag or jacket pocket. For example, we can put a small amount of money in a pocket, handy for use. For women, the ideal bag is one with a strap long enough to put across the body, under a coat where practical, or carry the bag close to. For men, wearing a money belt that is not easily visible is a secure place to keep money and other belongings. When wearing jewellery, conceal it with a scarf or clothing, so it is not visible or attracts unwanted attention. To help keep ourselves safe at home or when we are out and about, we should follow the advice and the top tips from the expert.
When you leave home, make sure your doors and your windows are locked and your valuables are kept out of sight. Do not leave keys or identification documents by doors, letterboxes or windows where they can be seen. Don't label keys with your name and address on them. You'll feel and act more confidently if you plan your route in advance, keeping to well-lit and busy areas.
When going away, we will need to cancel the milk, newspapers and other deliveries, as they are signs that the property is empty. Those of us who have a garden should check that there is no easy way to get in and put away garden tools and ladders. It is vital that we mark our belongings, such as televisions, radios, computers and cameras, with an ultraviolet marker pen. If we have valuable items, it is worth taking photographs of them to help identify them in the event of a burglary. We can use a timer to switch lights on and off in different rooms around the house and at various times. For those of us who have alarms, we must make sure we have set them properly. We can ask a neighbour or friend to keep an eye on our home, collect the mail, close and open the curtains, and park on the drive to make it seem like we're still around. There is a range of crime prevention items available to help keep purses or wallets safe while we're out and about.
So what happened then?
I went to the police station and said to them, I have my box stolen and everything in it was gone.
So they can take what's in the purse and you don't even know?
It's attached to my handbag, yes. So they cannot take it. So when they come and drag it, I can feel it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You can't hear.
It doesn't matter if I don't hear, I know it makes a noise.
Well,
hello. All right, nice to see you. Come on, come on. Hello. 2 coffees, please. 2 coffees. All right, take a seat and I'll bring them over, all right?
When eating out, we should keep any bags in front of us, and if we want to take our jackets or coats off, make sure we remove our wallet and keep it in front of us.
New Zealand. But she went on working actually, but doing another one.
When in a restaurant or cafe, we should follow the advice and top tips from the expert.
Don't leave handbags unattended, open or hanging from the rear of a chair. Make sure that your handbag is close to you, within easy reach and within your sight.
When we need cash from an ATM, it is best to use the one inside the bank or in a public place. We should always avoid obvious passwords and keep them and PIN numbers safe. Never write them down. When taking money out of cash machines, we should follow the advice and top tips from the expert.
When you're using an outside cash machine, make sure that you're not distracted by strangers. With your free hand, put it over the top of the keypad to protect the identity of your PIN number.
When waiting for the bus, we should try to wait near other passengers and be aware of other people around us. It is best to have our freedom passes or fare ready for when we board the bus. Once on board, we can sit close to others or the driver and change places if we feel uncomfortable. The majority of young people are considerate of their fellow passengers. We should make sure our handbags or wallets and pockets are closed or zipped up. Remember to keep our belongings with us at all times and don't lose sight of them. We should always be aware of our surroundings, who the other passengers are, and potential situations that might arise.
And Carol
When we are travelling on the bus or other public transport, we should follow the advice and top tips from the experts.
Be aware of people around you when you're standing at a bus shelter and when you're boarding a bus. And make sure you zip up your bag. Keep your property safe.
Have your fare or pass ready when boarding the bus. Try not to reveal the location of your purse or wallet.
Travel with a friend or if alone, sit near the driver.
Antisocial behaviour is something that can be very upsetting for any of us to experience, and sometimes it can spill over into a criminal offence with threats and intimidation.
I'm a resident of Bromley and I had problems with local youths and graffiti and antisocial behaviour in and around my property. There were youths of aged 15 to 18, 8 to 10 in number, who were graffitiing walls, cars, being out from any time after 9 p.m. till 3 a.m.
Who's up for some tagging? Salty. Come then, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Wait, look. What about that door? Looks alright.
If we experience any kind of antisocial behaviour, we should not suffer in silence. Incidents of antisocial behaviour, including noise nuisance, littering and graffiti, should be reported.
Not the fucking door. Bad man.
I reported the incidents to the local police and when the local police arrived, they run down the alleyways and hid. The amount of graffiti that occurred increased. I experienced all sorts of problems, and it did cause me a lot of anxiety. I contacted the Safer Neighbourhood team, and I contacted the Antisocial Behaviour Unit. I did find out that other members, other residents in the area had the same sort of problems. We got together and had a meeting with the antisocial behaviour and the team sergeant, and we met up with the group at London Borough Bromley.
As a result of that meeting, the causes of the problems became quite clear, and we worked with the police, social services and other local authority departments to quickly resolve these issues that were affecting the residents.
The situation was solved so quickly, it was just like summer coming.
What are we doing?
Bring a ball.
On the bus!
Not everyone behaves well and shows respect for their fellow passengers. Boisterous behaviour can spill over into someone being pushed or hurt. If this happens to us, we can report it to the bus driver, or if we feel at risk and we don't want to be identified, we should call the police.
Yeah, I think you should call the police and report it to them.
Yeah.
We should follow the advice on how to deal with antisocial behaviour and the top tips from the experts.
Most important thing is do not put yourself at risk.
I cannot emphasise that point strongly enough. At no circumstances put yourself at risk.
You are not alone. The chances are if you're upset about something, then somebody else is as well.
If you are at risk, do not hesitate to dial 999 and contact the police. The police and the local authority antisocial behaviour unit will respond to your problems, and we will resolve them as quickly as we can, working in partnership.
When inside the house, we must always remember to keep the door chain on and the front and back doors locked. Not all callers are welcome. If in doubt, we must never let them in and ask them to make an appointment when someone else can be with us. Pressure selling from pushy salesmen is not acceptable. Bogus callers who pretend to be someone else should never be let in. We should never be made to feel intimidated by callers. These are our homes. Think of traffic lights while you establish your caller is genuine. Red, stop. Is anyone expected? Look through spy hole or window. Is the back door locked? Amber, chain. Check the chain is on before opening the door. Green, check. Ask for caller's ID and check it. Don't phone the number on the card they give you, as it might be fake. Look up the number in the phone book. The gas and other utility companies and some councils have a password system for older and vulnerable customers. We can give them a password that is confidential, and when the representative calls, they will be expected to tell us the password we have agreed.
Come into the porch, please.
Okay.
Can I help you?
I'm from the gas board to read your meter. Here's my ID.
Oh, yes. Well, now, I have an arrangement with the gas board. I have a security word. Do you know what it is, please?
I'll just check on my machine.
Thank you.
It's Australia.
That's correct. I'm sorry to put you to this trouble, but I have to be sure,
That's no
as you can
trouble.
imagine.
No trouble.
You can come in now, then. It's in the kitchen.
If we feel vulnerable and have a neighbour who is willing to check a caller's identity, we can complete a nominated neighbour card with the neighbour's contact details. When someone we don't recognise calls, keeping the chain on, we can show them the card. Genuine callers will not mind calling back if the neighbour is not available. Those of us who have a porch door must keep it locked, even when we are at home.
Hello? Hello, love. Sorry to bother you. I'm working on a property down the road doing the roof, and I couldn't help but notice you've got a couple of roof tiles that appear to have slipped a little bit.
Oh dear.
Quite happy to whip up them and put them right for you. It's only going to cost you 50 quid or so. But if you don't put them right, you know, you're going to get water under the tiles and into your loft, and you get all kinds of damage.
Oh.
No problem, love. I'm only down the road, could do it straight away for you. What do you think?
Well, I couldn't possibly decide today because I'd have to consult my son about it because he handles my financial affairs, and I'd like to see what he says about it.
Up to you, sweetheart, but I could do it straight away, no problem. Make it 40 quid and I'll be up and down within a
No, I'm
shake
sorry.
of a lamb's tail.
No, I'm sorry. I couldn't decide at the moment.
Okay,
Thanks very much
All right,
for
no
pointing
problem.
that out. Bye.
We can report suspicious behaviour to Bromley Trading Standards Rapid Response Team, number 07903 852 090.
Good morning, Trading Standards. How can I help?
Hello. Is that the Trading Standards Rapid Response Team? Oh, hello. Look, I'm ringing up because there's a chappie just knocked at my door and told me that I need some tiles replacing. He said he's working in the area, and I thought he looked a bit of a dubious character, and I don't like people.
When reporting anyone acting suspiciously, we will need to give Trading Standards our contact details, which will be treated as confidential.
Okay, whereabouts are you?
West Wickham.
Okay, and what's your name? We'll come straight down to see you and see what's happening down there.
It is important to call Trading Standards immediately while the caller is still in the area, so that they can check to see if it is a genuine
Well,
tradesperson.
we've got to go down to this address in West Wickham.
Right.
Where a lady's had somebody cold calling at her door.
Okay.
So we need to go and see what that's all about.
Trading Standards has an assured traders list, and Age Concern Bromley's first checkpoint service has vetted tradespeople registered with them, who can carry out a range of jobs inside and outside the home.
Excuse me. Do you mind hanging on just a second?
So what do you want then?
This is my identification. We're from Bromley Council Trading Standards.
What's this all about?
We occasionally get called by residents to people in the area who are calling door to door. I just wondered if you would have a couple of words with us about what you're doing around here today.
I'm just dropping a few leaflets for me roofing business, and I'm just trying to make a living.
Have you got any of the leaflets that you could show us?
I'm afraid I just delivered the last leaflet. Got none left on me.
What's the name of your business? What's your trade?
JF Tylers, roofing contractors. Do loads of work all round the borough.
Are you aware that there's lots of older people in the borough and they can feel vulnerable to this type of calling?
Scams are schemes to con us out of our money, and none of us wants to be ripped off. Any one of us who has responded to one scam could find ourselves bombarded with scams. We can protect ourselves against identity theft by shredding bank statements, credit card slips, and utility bills with our contact details. Cancel immediately any lost or stolen bank cards and keep personal documents and passports in a safe place. There are simple steps we can take to cut the number of unsolicited offers we receive by post, phone, or email. So let's follow the advice on safety at home and top tips from the expert.
Don't agree to any property repairs or gardening work at your door. If you want to have any work done, talk it over with somebody who you trust and never let any cold callers into your home. If you do decide to have some work done, then get some quotes from reputable builders.
The message in a bottle can be a lifesaver. It saves the emergency services, ambulance, fire and police time in identifying us, our GP, our next of kin, any medication we're on, and details of any allergies we may have. If we smell smoke, burning, or any other emergency situation, we must call 999 immediately.
Hello. Hello. Is that emergency? Please. I can smell burning.
If an accident happens at home and we are unconscious,
check the door.
The emergency services will look at the inside of the front door to see if there is a message in a bottle sticker, and they will then know to look in the kitchen, usually the fridge door, for a matching sticker to locate the bottle inside. The form inside the bottle has space for writing all the essential contact details and medical information that alerts the emergency services and other care agencies. Many of us have pets, and there is space on the form to add their details, so our nominated contact person can be notified. The police officers in our local Safer neighbourhood team are part of our local community and know their patch and the local residents who may be vulnerable, and they can provide crime prevention advice.
Hello. Oh, Rosalind. Oh, how lovely to see you.
I'm so sorry what happened to you.
Yes, it was very unfortunate, but I'm all right, really am. And the fire brigade was so good and so quick. Will you be coming in, or have you got time?
Yes, I will. I just wanted to make sure you're okay. Did someone look after the cat while you were gone?
Yes, I have got nice neighbours.
I presume, Jermaine, that they did use the message in a bottle.
They took it with them to hospital. And
The message in a bottle is available free from the Lions, our local police office, and Age Concern Bromley. We don't need to be an older, vulnerable person to have one. They are suitable for anyone. So we need to make sure we have a bottle and follow the advice and top tips from the expert.
Here is the message in a bottle kit. Now what it contains are 2 green stickers. One goes on the inside of the front door. It's vital that the green sticker goes on the inside of the front door and not on the outside of the front door to prevent the risk of advertising that a vulnerable or elderly person lives there. And also one goes on the front of the fridge. It also contains this leaflet. Don't be shy in asking for help, in getting somebody to help you fill out the form. Always feel free to ask the person who gave you the bottle.
The police and other public services can't tackle crime and antisocial behaviour alone. We need to report crime when we see it happening, when someone suspected of a crime is nearby, or when someone is in danger. Call 999. We can help protect ourselves and our fellow residents by joining a local neighbourhood watch group. If there isn't one in our area, we can start one ourselves. Here's a quick recap on some of the top tips from the experts.
You'll feel and act more confidently if you plan your route in advance, keeping to well-lit and busy areas.
Have your fare or pass ready when boarding the bus. Try not to reveal the location of your purse or wallet.
The most important thing is do not put yourself at risk.
I cannot emphasise that point strongly enough. At no circumstances put yourself at risk.
Never let any cold callers into your home.
It's vital that the green sticker goes on the inside of the front door and not on the outside of the front door to prevent the risk of advertising that a vulnerable or elderly person lives there.
And finally, remember, dial 999 if there is a risk of injury, if there is an immediate concern for safety, if there is a risk of serious damage to our property, or we suspect a crime is in progress. If we follow the advice and top tips from the experts, we will have more peace of mind when we are out and about, more peace of mind when we are at home, and we will feel more comfortable about our own personal safety in and around the home.